Yeah, good morning. I want to address some issue here. This issue concerning Nigeria government. I bring this case to the table of some NEMPA people that was in my street when I was there that day. You know, you can't be. We have it in a way that in everywhere in the whole world, NEPA had to give you meter. They have to give you a transformer. They're supposed to surprise you a service that you going to be paying for. And this is a time in this century, and we are still paying for the service that they are not supplying to us. But it's a taboo for a man to see a life of yesterday better than today. Far back 20-something, 30-something years ago, we will see the light you are paying for. But now, you don't see the light, you are paying for it. If you don't pay for it, you will see they climb your ladder, they will cut your light. And you will still book for the perimeter. It will take some time, they take you until you bribe them before you get it. You will pay for it, you will not get it until you bribe before you get it. Let's listen to what Shomole is talking about concerning this issue that I was dealing with when I was there the other day. Upon this issue, I deal with this issue nothing happens. But see, Shomole, as it's hurting the poor, that's the same way it's hurting the rich. But it's just hurting the rich because they are benefiting from that evil doer. They can't say nothing. Nobody will say nothing. Let's listen to Shomole, what he has for us to say concerning this issue that I'm dealing with. Since it's not fair. What is not good is not good. What is good is good. How can you buy transformer by yourself? How can you buy meter by yourself? How can you buy pole by yourself? How can you buy wire by yourself? And when you connect your light, they will come and collect, they want to collect money. What are you collecting money for? The house you don't put light? The house you don't put meter? And the area you don't put transformer? Man, this is very poor in our society. This day is very poor. Man, we don't lie to each other. Time has come for we to change this mentality, this stupidness, this duality we call a system. Nigeria, let's wake up for this nonsense. Let's watch Shomole to talk about this matter. Let's go there.
Against the wish of my colleagues, the idea of privatizing electricity. My main argument then was that the beauty of capitalism and of private ownership is that in seeking to make profit, they will render a service. But the danger of public ownership is that whether they render service or not, they draw on the taxpayer treasury in the name of correcting what is there. I could never have imagined, as it is today, that a private person will collect money for services he did not render. And the Nigerian people are helpless. Even we here as privileged class have had to buy the transformer that I use here in the heart of Abuja. And to install it, I have to persuade, negotiate, and even effect payment to Abuja distribution, whatever, to connect the transformer I have procured personally with my resources. And hereafter, this transformer becomes the property of the disco. And every month, I am asked to pay bill on brand A or whatever.
Under your transformer.
Like you said, sir, every state governors, or most, spend public funds, buy transformers for communities. And then you still have to contribute money. Many of us, very soon, when we go back to the electorate, they are going to tell us that for 1 year, for 2 years, they've had no light. What is the problem? No transformer. And then they ask you a senator to go out and buy the transformer. You look for the money, you buy the transformer. And then they say, NEPA says you have to pay for them to connect the transformer to their grid. If cables are faulty, you buy the cable for them to install it. Even right now, I have requests from several communities asking me to buy the transformer and to get them connected. And yet, sir, the key element in distribution is transformer and cables, among others. So if these ones are now being procured by state government using public funds and individuals using their personal resources, what is the cost that these discos are incurring? Now, worse, the money they claim to have paid, because the logic of privatization was to inject private capital into these services. In truth, they went to borrow from Nigeria depository funds in various banks, thereby killing some of those banks who have now become the liability of AMCON, which itself is also a contradiction about the logic of free market. And what they have borrowed, Mr. President, since the privatization took place, what they have borrowed through CBN and other sources is 10 times more than the amount they claim to have paid to become owners of those discos. Lastly, sir, as things stand, discos own no more than 60%, quote, own. So it is arguable where the total money you have borrowed from public sources is more than your private capital, whether you can still claim to be privately owned. 40% as we speak still belong to the federal government. But sir, there are no governing councils. There is no governing board for these discos. So federal government owns 60% of a business and it has no say in the board of those companies. So there is no corporate governance. The one of Edo is owned by a pharmacist. The wife is a banker. The pharmacy becomes the chairman. The banker becomes the MD. They mismanage Edo economy, Delta economy, Ondo economy, Ekiti economy, and we are down right now in crisis. Even I, sir, that I don't live in Benin, my bill every month, I can't even afford it. So, Mr. President, I support the motion by my very good friend who lost an earlier motion, thanks to the vigilance of Mr. Senate President and your commitment to protect the poor, that these motion can benefit from a radical review, including the option of revoking the ill-conceived, ill-executed privatization and revisit it in line with the renewed agenda of Mr. President, that no one shall pay for services to a private Nigerian who did not render that service. We are going to a petrol station to buy fuel without a pump. And the person selling the fuel tells us this is the amount of liter I have injected. You are no means to verify it. May your leadership, sir, or common as it is, be the one that gives us the political will to revisit and protect Nigerians, rich or poor, who have been victimized by the fake new owners of these discos.